When Queen Elizabeth II was crowned in 1953, her coronation procession was a grand spectacle that involved over 12,000 military personnel, 16,000 service personnel, and a cavalcade of carriages stretching 2.5 miles. The procession wound its way through the streets of London, lined with flag-waving crowds who had camped out overnight armed with food, radios, and rugs. However, for the upcoming coronation of King, the procession will be notably reduced. According to the Telegraph, the monarch has opted for a more direct route back to Buckingham Palace, via Whitehall, Admiralty Arch, and the Mall, instead of the winding 5-mile route along Regent Street, Oxford Street, and Park Lane that Queen Elizabeth II took. The procession itself will also be significantly pared back, with only one mounted escort provided by the household cavalry. This sovereign's escort will be found by the Life Guards, the most senior regiment of the British Army, resplendent in their scarlet tunics and metal helmets with white plumes. The troops lining the route will be further spaced apart, and there is unlikely to be personnel from Commonwealth nations and foreign leaders, unlike in 1953. Senior members of the royal family, including the Prince and Princess of Wales and their children, will take part without a mounted escort. However, a royal source has insisted that the procession will still be amazing in both scale and splendor, and will be more impressive than anything since seen on the streets of London. The decision to scale back the procession is reflective of the changing attitudes and expectations over the past 7 decades. Since 1953, there has been a reduction in manpower and military might, meaning that the sovereign's escort, accompanied by the household cavalry's mounted band in gold state coats, will absorb the majority of the army's mounted capability. A shorter ride in the gold state coach might be preferable, given the late Queen's recollections of a horrible and uncomfortable ride which she attributed to the carriage being suspended on leather straps, not sprung. However, regardless of the carriage used, the procession is expected to be an impressive display of British pomp and pageantry. For the late Queen's coronation, the procession began with the military contingents on foot, followed by carriages carrying colonial rulers, including the sultans of Brunei and Zanzibar, and then 10 carriages carrying Commonwealth prime ministers, among them Sir Winston Churchill. Ahead of the gold state coach, carrying the new Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh, were carriages containing members of the royal family, including Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, and Princess Margaret. Behind them were the yeomen of the guard, the bargemaster, and 12 watermen on foot, and a vast array of senior officers and high court officials, all mounted, including admirals of the fleet, field marshals, marshals of the RAF, equerries, and ADCs. In 1953, all of the carriages in the procession were accompanied by mounted escorts. While the upcoming coronation procession may not be as grand in scale as the one in 1953, it will still be a significant event. As the new king is crowned, the procession will symbolize the continuity and tradition of the British monarchy, as well as the changing times in which it exists. The reduced size of the procession may also reflect the king's desire for a more understated coronation, one that focuses on the solemnity and importance of the occasion rather than on grandeur and spectacle. In any case, the coronation procession will be a momentous occasion for the British people and for the world, as they witness the crowning of a new monarch and the continuation. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment on my channel, and click the notification bell for a future video.